today is June 1st, and yeah, took a little break because I left you all with a couple of long videos that I really wanted them to get viewed. I felt that they were very beneficial, and I didn't want you all to miss out on anything, so I just left those up, and now I am back. I did say that I would come back and share the content because I know it is the season for curriculum buying if you have not already, or curriculum additions for the year. And so I'm going to start with these Build a Skill instant books. Like I said, they were not my choice. Dad picked them up, and I fell in love with them. It says child created books, great for learning centers and take home practice. And so yes, we are using these with centers, and they are great skill building. Great. So I'm getting ready to share, and there is something similar out, and I will show you that as well. But and I'll show you some samples because we've already been working in these books. So they are put out by Creative Teaching Press. This one is beginning and ending consonant sounds, and there are 2 of them. There are 12 books, and this one is grades K1. They do have upper grades. Leave me a comment. I have found PDFs, direct PDF links. Leave me a comment if you want the PDFs. But like I said, as a means of not printing so much, especially for the twins, I took the book route. Okay, it wasn't that much more for me. Alright, so in here you have your table of contents and instant books, and it tells you what they're working on. Beginning sounds, B, C, D, picture cards, there's an animal book, playtime book, things at home. It tells you about the series. And then over here on this page, it tells you about making the books. There are different styles of making these books, as you can see. And it gives you the directions for making the books. They're called different books. This one is a flip book. And over here is a strip book. Over here you have wallet books, and then shape book. This particular one and the next one I'm going to show you, I reserved for my 4-year-old and my 2-year-old for the kindergarten level. And because the twins are already beyond these concepts, so I just left these for them. But this is what the pages look like. And they are 2-sided, so there is some printing involved, but it's not heavy printing for me. So the concepts are already here. I'm not looking for anything. Wait a minute. That's the right page. 4. There we go. There we go. So it's all at my fingertips, and that's what I need. Here's a flip book. There are the cards. Here's a strip book. Flip book. The picture cards. Move on to the back. And so you can see how it just works through the sounds. They're all laid out by sounds. Here's a wallet, a word wallet. It's set up a little bit different. And here are the pictures. This shape book. So everything you need to put these books together are already here. You need a stapler, of course copy paper, and some of them do require construction paper, or if you have cardstock you can use the thin type. It works just the same, and I will show you what I'm talking about. Alright, here's the color, shapes, and number words. And again, there's directions for each one. So basically all you have to do is cut the things or print them. If your child is capable of cutting, let them cut out the books, because they're made for the child to put together on their own. Let's see, I have one. This is the rainbow color step book, and let me show you the top. If you notice the top of the page, I'm trying to make sure that's not too dark. It's going to give you a little example of what it's supposed to look like. So here's the page. I haven't done this one yet. I just printed it out. And what happens is on the bottom of the pages you will see a 1, so that will be the first page. That's how you staple them together. They get longer, they're graduated. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So it's going to end up stapled and look like this. And with this one, what they do is they draw pictures of something that color. So it's simple enough for a 2 and a 4-year-old to do. Okay, this is a flip book, and again at the top of the page it shows you what it's supposed to look like. Let me go back. It tells you back here, like I said, it'll tell you if some of them get a piece of construction paper about the same size. So all of that is included. You know, it gives you the directions to put them together. Read, write, color, and shapes. Very interactive, and that's what I love about these books, because they're interactive. Here's the numbers one, the same as the colors one. Strip book, I Spy numbers and colors, I Spy 1, and then they have places they can write, and then they would write the numbers 1, 2, 3, and so on. So not only are they making their own books, which kids love to make and illustrate their own books, you know, they're getting to write, so they get some writing practice. Whether they can do it or not, it's still a good concept and a good foundation. The words are easy enough for them to work through and decode and memorize. And this one is a make your own flip book. So you will find blank pages, blank flashcards and things like that within the books, so that they can do their own. Alright, so over here, this is a strip book. This was my 2-year-old. And the only thing she didn't do is trace the words, because of course she's only 2. But she had fun coloring and putting the book together. So what you do is you cut the, after you print, you cut the strips out. You staple, or you let them color first. Then you cut it out, and then you staple the pieces together, and then I just glued, I cut the strip of Astra Bright's cardstock. This is a thin cardstock. It's heavy enough to hold it, but it's a thin one. And I just glued it with the glue stick. So there's a little book, and we haven't put their names on the front, but we will. Some of the activities do have the line where they write their own name. So I like that. Let me go back to show you. Just trying to be as thorough. And there we go. So here's this book right here I can look at. So that's what that looks like. And then, what I did was just gave each one of them a different color so that we don't have the confusion of, you know, that's my book and these are their colors. So, and then I can see she didn't finish writing her name yet. But this is my 4-year-old. So, here's that. And then, let me move over to the next books. We were working on for the twins, the 1st grade level, the sight words. So I have some extra pages already printed out. But all of the books, again, are the same. The same instructions for each book. It took me a minute to read through and figure out how to assemble them and, you know, that. But once I got that down, they were really easy to do. So it gives you plenty of cards and things like that to make these books. I can read, I can write. Let's see if I have the right book. Okay, here's the I Can Read book. So, and it'll tell you too, for these cards, they give you so many, but it'll say it's best to work with 8 to 10 cards. And so same thing, you cut out the strip, and then you cut out the cards, and you staple 8 to 10 word cards on here. And this one probably has more than 10, but it worked. A couple staples I did too. And then just glued it on here. So, and then word book. Let me show you. These look like. And it's using the same word cards. Same, I will say same set. Because it doesn't tell you, okay, for the flip book, the mini flip book, use these word cards. These are just all of the word cards. So you put them with whatever book you want to put them with. And then there's a blank one so they can write their own. Okay, so here's this one. This one does not call to be backed with anything. I think I'm going to just put it on some cardstock to make it a little bit heavier. But this one is really, really easy as well. And then they can write their name. And so they all did that. And then I actually had enough cards to give my 3-year-old one. Or my 4-year-old. She's 4 now. So I made her one. So there's that. Okay, and then here's the I Can Read and Write. This one has a little more to it. But let me show you my daughter's I Can Read and Write. And what this one is, the same word cards. You will staple words here. And then they can write. You see right here, they write. So this one I had to get a little creative with, figure out how to do it. But basically you cut out the strip after you copy it, fold it in half this way. Staple the words. And then you have to get, what I took was just their some of their writing paper out of their tablets and staple however many strips after I fold it and cut them in half, so that they have extra writing pages. And it's, as you can see, it's, I'll show you how it's done like that, so that you can see both, so they know to write on the other part. So there's that, and 8 to 10 words. And that's her little read book. That's his little read and write book. So those are really neat little things. And then they tell you to, there's a storage. They suggest in here, make a box. Or not make a box, but get a box. So I'm still trying to determine what I want to use. I don't want to get a lot of plastic containers or baskets or things like that. I think I may just get like a small banker's box with the lid on it, and let them have that, you know, shoebox type if you have shoe boxes. That way they're easy to store. I'm also thinking about using magazine holders. I'm not too sure because these do take up a lot of room. So I'm still just trying to figure out where exactly we're going to store them. But they suggest, you know, giving everybody a different basket so that they can keep up with their books. And I'm going to show you something really quickly. The reason why I really love these is because I use mailbox magazines, and in my mailbox magazines we already have, they give me a lot of activities like this. So here's a book that they put together, and I'm pretty sure I've already showed this, but this is a strip book. Same concept. It's very interactive, and they love this. So these are a win. These builder books. They really love putting these things together, and I can just give it to them and they can sit down and work on it without any trouble. If they need any help on the assembly, I help them assemble it. But here's a strip book. I see the flower. I see the bee, and so there's the writing part of it. Here's a fold book. And this is sort of like the, if you guys watch what we're using for summer school, the Dollar Tree books, that's what these are. So, very easy to work with. This one, as you can see, has a little more writing, and that's what I like. So, then we have Sight Words Part 2. Same things. Word cards. She has the blank. There's a blank page so they can make their own words. Strip books. Miss Lucy called the doctor. I didn't read that yet, but yeah. So you can see the words get progressively harder. Just something to engage them. Not a lot of reading, but enough. Just enough reading. Would you, could you, will, did. And so they will put, would you eat a big pizza? Could you eat a big pizza? Will you eat a big pizza? Did you eat a big pizza? I love these concepts. Okay, and then same thing for the short and long vowels. You know, they're working by the word families, which we learned in Hooked on Phonics. And this is awesome, and I'm getting ready to show you something I should have pulled off of the shelf before I started. Hold on, guys. bring you back to these, which I found in my mailbox magazine. That's where I got the flower from. But the flower was for words. I set these on the table, and randomly I will just say, so and so, come here, and they will come, and I will say, bring me a couple of flowers, and we'll just start a round robin. Everybody wants to do it. This has been working fabulously. It just, you know, we just randomly play this let's read the flower game, and before we know it, they've read all the word families, and they're reading and not really realizing that they're reading. So there's that. Even the 4-year-old, even the 2-year-old. So there's that. So each word family. So this is just building on what they know. So now they're going to have some books in addition to their own books, in addition to our bouquet. Short vowels, long vowels, short and long vowels. Okay, and then we have the synonyms and antonyms. Your strip box down there. Mini book. The word cards. Okay, and then we have bar controlled vowels and digraphs. Words pale, I love that. We have this in a mailbox magazine, and they love it. A word tray. The boat, we have the boat as well. Cool School. Shape book. So there's a lot of reading, there's a lot of science, there's a lot of math just sprinkled in all of these books, even though they may basically look like a reading book. So lots of concepts, consonant blends and digraphs. This is a wallet, the little wallet. And the kids love wallets, crayon words. And they just basically glue the strips or staple the strips on here. And I do, on the back of where I staple, I do put a piece of tape so that it doesn't grab their fingers if it's open, like these. I put a piece of tape on the back. So, alright, and then we have time and money here. And there's your months, cards. And there's write and read. There's your time. Shape book of the presidents. There's your wallet, which is great for the money. Step book. I'm also going to use this one for the 2 little ones. Here's math facts to 20. Addition flashcards. You're going to get a couple of pages. It's not just one page, it's 3 or 4 pages. I'm just skipping. Subtraction. Make your own. Strip books. I have how many? I add one more. Now I have what makes 10, what makes 5. Skip counting. Doubles. 1 plus 1 is. 1 plus 1 is. I can add the numbers up. 1 plus 1 is. And this is sung to the tune of Farmer in the Dale. What makes. Wallet facts. Addition stories. Addition stories. Alright, so I have an interactive math notebook for kindergarten. I only paid $1 for this book. The concepts are the same. I wanted to see what was in them. same thing. Since I have these, I will not buy any more of these. These are pretty much activities that I can find, and I found the PDFs, so I do not need to buy any more. It was only $1. That was the reason why I purchased it. But pretty much same concept. But this one is for my my 4-year-old. She's kindergarten level this year. So counting to 10. And these are things that I would do in file folder games, so I no longer need to do that type of thing with them. Bring those, I don't have to introduce those concepts anymore through file folder games. The ones that we have are the ones that we use. We're just doing things like this because I noticed that it grabs their attention the same way we were doing our social studies, our geography, and our science, and the Galloping the Globe, which turned to a virtual homeschool co-op. It's notebooking based, and I will come back later on and just catch you guys up and show you where we are. We're taking a break. Everybody is taking a break right now, and we're going to start back up with that soon, and everybody else that is involved in it will start back when they get ready to start. I just give them the resources. So, and as you can see, it's the same thing. You know, it tells you how to set it up, how to cut it out, and it's just notebook based, but same concept. So gluing, and a lot of these things she's already done in her curriculum book, so it's already been introduced. She's just going to have extra books, and then I will use this for the 2-year-old. But yeah, like I said, being that these are pretty much the same, I don't have to buy the physical book anymore since I have the PDFs. Hi. So hopefully you all got a good glimpse. I tried to be as thorough as I can, and if you are interested, leave me a comment and I can get these direct link PDFs to you so that you can take advantage of using some of these things, because they are very well laid out. And you can check out the company on YouTube. They do have videos that show and share. But again, child created. Alright guys, bye. I will see you tomorrow with another curriculum subject and share the insides with you. So thank you for watching. Thumbs